Okay, where was I? Sweden. We're in Sweden right now with Madness of the Night. So this is part 2 of the interview. And hello, Sweden. I'm absolutely extraordinarily just flattered and humbled by the amount of response we've gotten from you. And just the amount of support that you're out there giving Madness of the Night. I think that's fantastic. So big hello to you all out there that are watching from any part of the world, but today especially Sweden. Thank you again very much for tuning in and seeing what we do and supporting your band. So that's very cool. So before we get started here today, basically I just want to once again thank Beer and Daniel and their manager Frederick for arranging this interview with us, and just committing to the project. It was a long process. As I said before, it wasn't the smoothest thing that we've done here in terms of just setting something up like this on an international level. But one of the things that we appreciate the most about this opportunity is the fact that we can reach out to you. And it doesn't have to be just within our own local vicinity. We can do that across the globe. And we can do that here from our little private studio all the way out there to you. So that's fantastic on so many levels. And one of the things that we want to do here today on the show is we want to return the favor to you. And so we're going to bring you a special present today before the episode is done, so that you viewers out there in Sweden or anywhere else in the world can really see what we're working on here at Sleeping Bag Studios. So we have a special presentation for you, a preview of something that's coming up here just before the end of the episode and before the last Madness of the Night clip for you all. Couldn't stop the burning sun from hating you. Now all that's left is just the rest of me for you. Water in the canteen to place the tears in my eyes. You were only 33, but when you left it was like 2 of us died. I could not see that I would be the end of you. Musically speaking, who else do you feel is out there that really says something with their music?
The band I like and I have listened to very much is New Model Army. I think the most of the songs have a message, and most of the time it's very good too.
I do agree too. I think that New Model Army is a band that speaks a very strong message against politicians and governments too. Yeah, New Model Army.
I'm curious to know, do you feel like all of the songs in the Madness of the Night catalog are serious, or is there any evidence whatsoever of you guys perhaps musically relaxing, so to speak?
Okay, it's me that I write the text, not Daniel. I actually don't like to write about love songs at all. I like to write about females, about war, about racism. I like to write about human rights. I like to write what I have seen in wars and what other people have seen and what other females have seen. This is what I like to write about. Yes, it is very serious. It's not funny. I know. And they are not love songs.
Madness of the Night, what about those vocals? There's a lot of really well recorded effects and a lot of interesting choices as far as the sound of them goes. So I'm curious to know, what do you use to make them? How much of a hand do you have in the sound of how they come out? And generally, what effects do you find that you're using to make these sounds?
It's mostly me who's making the recording and mixing things, and we do it in our own studio where we're sitting now. And we don't have so very advanced things with the effects and stuff, but it's some effects, and yeah, you playing around a bit with what you have.
Madness of the Night, I really want to start at the beginning. So I want to tell you about my own experience. My own experience was when I logged into the Reverb Nation site of yours. The first thing I came across was actually a review of your work by Devin Jackson of the Huffington Post, who referred to your lyrics as kind of pathetic. Now, this was the first impression I had of Madness of the Night. This is the first thing I saw on the Reverb Nation page. So, I guess what I'm asking you is, what makes you keep such a harsh criticism of your work like that posted for everybody to see? And of course, now you know that that's my own personal experience with your information and your music. I'm just wondering, how do you feel about that being a first impression for just a random person that's coming across Madness of the Night for the first time? How do you feel about those kind of descriptions, those criticisms really coming out as maybe being the first and only thing that somebody might see when they're logging in to see and learn about Madness of the Night? How do you feel about that?
His review, I mean, it is his review about us. He saw us in a way, because actually I think it is he's talking about me, about my background, where I come from. And you know, when people have this idea of women from the Middle East, you know, they're supposed to be this and that, and when they come to the West, they become very different, and they change, you know, feminism and all of stuff. But anyhow, I didn't find his review so negative, you know. We are very strong people. I mean, anyone can attack you for how you look like, for how you sound, what you sound like. When you are a public figure, you know, you are in public, you are exposed, and people, media, they are going to talk about you. It will be positive and negative too, but we are prepared for the negative and the positive too. We are the goth rockers, and we don't care. It's actually for the media and everyone. We are a public figure, you know, and whatever they say about us, how we look, how we sound, how we dress, you know, we don't care. That's the message. Okay, we are the goth rockers and we don't care is a song. Maybe for some people it might be shallow, because they living in somewhere where they can dress what they want or wear what they want. But for some people in some countries, they are not allowed to wear what they want. And even, I mean, like normal countries here too, if you live in a tiny village, you know, if you dress like a goth, wear gothic makeup, you know, dark makeup, some people might see you strange, and they will look at you, stare at you. they might find you weird and maybe talk about you. His review was a bit negative, yes, in the beginning, but he talked about my background and where I come from. I come from Beirut and maybe what I have been wearing before, and I came here to the West and I became into female rights, and I have changed and I become feminist, you know. But actually we are the goth rockers and we don't care. It's against that you are free to wear what you want. It's not at all a shallow song. Some people might take it as a shallow song. On the contrary, it is not a shallow song at all. It is a song that speaks about someone who's different, who's wearing different clothes, you know, and maybe different lifestyle too. The message of the song is that to wear what you want, you are allowed to look how you want. It doesn't matter how you look like. If they're going to speak, they are going to speak anyhow about you, whatever you look like. To be strong.
I think he pushed the button inside this review, so I think it's a very good review because he pushed this button that, just like Abi said, that for some people it can be very shallow, but it's not shallow for everyone, and it have a deeper meaning. Even it can feel shallow in the beginning.
It's also the message behind the song is to give to people is that no matter what you do, people are going to talk. No matter what you dress, people are going to talk. No matter what lifestyle you take, people are going to talk. So in the end, you don't fuck care. This is the meaning.
And it's not only about goth rockers. It can be applied to nearly everyone who's different.
Gays, gypsies,
now
goth,
we're coming to
punk.
state of madness.
Yeah, it is. He might be, talking about that it is so much shallow and stuff, like this. But people have to look at the lyrics and they will understand the lyrics very well. Everyone have been mobbed in one way or another, right? So
Tell us a little bit about the recording of your debut EP, Voices of the People. What did you guys accomplish by putting this record out?
Voices of the People, it was a very important step for us forward for our band. We have sent it to newspaper, radios and record labels, and we got very good response. It is like a foretaste for our coming record, and we see it's very important.
What it have done actually, many when we sent it to labels, many labels have contacted us back, and we got very good review by a label here, Swedish label, and then we got our German label now, and they have signed us, Massacre Records. We got other reviews from other labels, and they wanted us too. So it was a very positive EP to us, and we're working on our full CD, which will be released by Massacre Records.
And what can we expect to see from Madness of the Night in 2013?
2013, it will be the release for our first full album. Actually, it is finished now. It will be some mastering, and we will work on the cover, and then it's done. But it will take some months before it comes out. And I think that when it's done we will start with new material, and we will maybe continue to search for people who can hopefully join us and make it more like a live band.
2013 it will be, we release our CD like Daniel said, but we are working very hard to play live. It will take time and it needs a lot of things to do, like Daniel said, we have a member, but other members, but we need more members too. And I mean, we plan to play live.
And we, of course, we have to go out in the middle of the night this summer and make some videos too.
Yeah, we are going to make some videos. Yeah.
Madness of the Night, where can people go to find out more about you guys and your music?
The most easy way to go is to go to our webpage, madnessofthenight.com, and from there there is links to Facebook, there is links to YouTube, Revelation, and our blog where we put news. So I mean, it's like the same in everything.
You can add our manager too, Fredrik Ahlström. There is Facebook. Leila too. Also, she is promoting us too. You can also visit our facebook.com, Madness of the Night Music, and there you can find everything about us too.
So Sweden, I can't express to you enough. Thank you very much to Abir and Daniel, Fredrik, for having us feature you here from our studio in Canada. And as far as that goes, Fredrik, you promised me a visit, so I'm not going to forget. Those of you that are out there know I remember the details, so I am expecting that visit. You can ring my doorbell at any time, my friend. Other than that, we want to repay the favor to you guys out there for supporting us and supporting Madness of the Night. You've given us a new band to work with, and we want to do the same for you. So we've put together a preview from one of the DVD promos that we're working on here with The Pit. That's a Vancouver hard rock act that we know you're going to love. So this video is for a song called Dead. Now this is an older Pit tune. This is something that they dragged out in their live show, which is where the footage is going to come from. What is it they say? They say a good song is never finished, it's just abandoned, right? So this song Dead, performed the way that it is, altered slightly with some effects and some fun stuff here from us at the studio, so you can see what we're about as well. We're happy to show this to you here in Sweden and again around the world. This is an act you need to watch and follow. These guys are definitely going to make it big, there's no question about it. That's why we keep bringing them up and keep showing them to you, because we're going to keep them in your face until we get to our goal of bringing them where they need to be. So if you want to just stop that train, just support them now, but better yet, support them for all the right reasons, because they're awesome, and Sweden, we're happy to show them to you here on SBS Live this week.
Because that's all we got left. It's called Dead.
Man, right, Sweden? I mean, I'm not kidding you. That's some of the best of what we've got to offer you right now, and we're really happy to show you that video from the pit. Something that we're putting together here in cooperation with that band and Sleeping Bag Studios. So we're happy that we could show you out there. If you like what you saw, I want to hear from you, because you're that far away, and I want to know that this is something that reached you. So email me at jeremy@sleepingbagstudios.ca and let me know what you thought, because honestly, I can't hear you from there. So yeah, I want to know what you thought about the pit, Sweden. Let me know. It's a unique opportunity, this whole thing. Again, we've talked about the format quite a bit. We've talked about the opportunity that you have when you're taking an interview like this with us at SBS. You're going to see a comparison very soon to another version of how to use this format from a band called Singed, a band that we really believe has something to say. So we're looking forward to that. That's one thing that we're, we've got it circled on our calendar, and we're just absolutely waiting to show that to you. There's a free download on our webpage as well, on the Facebook page, facebook.com/sleepingbagstudios. That'll provide you a link to a Singed track called The Beautiful Silence. And it's just do it. Okay. A couple of last things before we wrap up for the night and show you a video from Madness of the Night called She's the Demon. We'll talk about who's coming up here in the next short time with SBS Live and what else we've got planned for you. One of the things that we're going to bring to you in the next short while, aside from Singed, which we've already talked about, is next week we've got artist This Thing. This is a man named Richard Fordham. And he's, this is one of those people that you'll look at and you'll go, okay, there's something there. It's not on the beaten path by any stretch of the word or imagination, but this is somebody that is going to offer you a unique point of view, at least in music, if not perhaps in life as well. So we have This Thing. That's coming up next week for sure. After that, we've got different people. We've got Perception, the author, will be here with us via video chat. Another way to see this format in action. And in addition, we've also got a special presentation that we will bring you with Rob from SBS. That's right. There is another half, believe it or not. I spend the time being the face for Sleeping Bag Studios, but believe me, it's not nearly as bearded right now, so I'm actually very happy to share the spotlight with the person that does most of the audio editing with us here at Sleeping Bag Studios, and my partner in crime. So very happy to have him come out and see you all and answer some questions from me about his whereabouts, where he's been, what he thinks about what we've done with the show so far and the music on it, and what he thinks about working with all you people that we've seen so far and been with. So I'm looking forward to what he has to say. I hear it all day anyway, but I'm looking forward to showing it to you. And as far as Sweden goes, I hope you stay with us and continue on this path with us here at SBS. We've learned that you're not so far away after all, and we look forward to seeing you all here again. So tune into SBS Live this week, next Wednesday, with This Thing, and we'll go from there. You guys have a good week.